Hi everybody. It is April 17th, 2023. Yes, in America, we've got one more day to get our taxes done. And yeah, big change. Saturday when I did the video, it was a gorgeous day, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, sunny, and yes, I was outside in shorts and a tank top, and sandals. Today, we have snow. Gotta love Midwest seasons. I mean, we can, if you don't like the weather in Chicago, wait 10 minutes. Now I have a comment about this, about the weather and stuff, but first I have to remind everyone, hey, everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. Someone asked me how I do what I'm doing. Well, I realize that my niche is a little bit different from others. And being a clairvoyant, so I hear stuff. And with YouTube, there's so much going on that everyone has to have their own gimmick niche. And so what I have found myself doing is I go through the news blurbs. And remember, everything is entertainment only. The news blurbs through on the different social media channels. I mean, there's YT, there's R, there's BC, there's the GTR thing, there's TS. So I scour all sorts of internet access feeds for what's going on in the world. And I will then go through the listings. If something clicks with me, I'll watch it. And while I'm watching the video, I'll then hear, no, this is what's actually going on. This is kind of like, this is the clickbait for you to watch it. But then I'm hearing in my head, no, this is the real deal. So this is what happens. And then I write down my notes pertaining to what's going on. So, and if we stumble across members of a certain family out of the UK, that's great, that's wonderful, but I have a different take on what they're doing, where other people are, that's their focus. That's all they talk about. Well, there's more to life than the family that goes by the last name of Windsor. And that includes other people who claim to be Windsors. No, I know my family, sorry. I know where my bloodline comes from, and it certainly isn't babe sex cobra gotha. What is it? Cobra sex gotha? No, none of that. No, we're not German. Scott Austro-Hungarian. Scott Brit. Yeah. Okay, so let me go in through this. These are the notes that I started after I did my filming on Saturday. So this encompasses the majority of Saturday, Sunday, and this morning. It's roughly 7:15 Central Standard Time. So this is the stuff that I took notice of between 9 a.m. Saturday and about 6 o'clock. Because it takes about an hour for me to turn into a human. Okay, so here goes. There've been a few more things happening, and the Big Red Sea country is basically playing the long game. They're waiting for America and the UK and several other countries to be bled dry with tossing stuff at the blue and yellow flag country. Because once our resources are totally diminished, and the resources of the UK and other countries, that's when the Big Red Sea is going to pull their thing. So, literally, we have to be on tell your MPs in Parliament in the UK and those of us here in the United States, start screaming bloody murder at tell your call your senators, call your congressmen, saying no more money to the UK. We need to keep it here in the States. No more going over there. And yeah, there is an 800 number that you can call and leave comments at the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Don't have that handy, but there is one, and even handwritten letters to that address, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. We can bombard that address with handwritten letters expressing our concern. And let's put it this way, the staff at 1600, if they could start to get bombarded with physical objects, these little techo wannabes, they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to read cursive writing. So we can drive them totally batsoid. So start flooding Parliament and 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. with letters stating no more money to the blue and yellow country. Yeah. Because basically the Big Red Sea is waiting for us to be drained. And then they're going to do their little attack. They're going to start in Taiwan. And basically follow the game plan that the Japanese did during 1940-41 and take over all the islands down to Australia, and then include Antarctica, and then cut westward to start taking over Africa, and they're going to cut westward. They're going to take over like Burma, India. They already have Vietnam under their control, so then they're going to take Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar. Yeah, they're just going to start spreading out. So that's why we need to stop. We have to build up our own resources and stop sending stuff to the blue and yellows. Something that came back, I was looking at, some little dirtball said something to me, and I just looked at him. I go, "You think you're so hot shit? You think you're so well versed? Dude, don't you know that not only were they kicking Jews out of Europe or tossing them into a camp, but places that they thought was a safe haven, like Morocco, did the same damn thing during the 1940s and 50s. And they were even more nasty. And nobody could say a word, because Morocco is predominantly a Muslim country, so if someone of another faith was eliminated, they couldn't be prosecuted because it was a religious jihad. So be careful. Start doing your history. These idiots. They're all screaming about our National Guard kid. He's 21. He's still a child. Barely legal to drink. They're questioning, how did he get access to high security clearance items? I go, how does any kid? They're a hacker. Teenage hackers can get into anything these days. And they're so focused on this National Guard kid, but why haven't we found out who leaked the stuff about the from the Supreme Court and a few other places? I guess because this is more of an embarrassment to the JoJo admin than anything else, but considering this being embarrassment to JoJo and his admin, it's timed actually to 25 JoJo. Unfortunately, we may up with Cammy Poo for 18 months? 20 months? Yeah, okay, 20 months. It's, yeah. I'd rather deal with Cammy Poo for 18 to 20 months than JoJo. At least Cammy Poo realizes that she has to follow some direction or her entire lifestyle will disintegrate. Now, another thing that the JoJo admin is trying to do is all these little, what is it, they call them DACA dreamers? Kids that came here illegally with their mommy and daddy. Well, when they turned 18, they were supposed to go straight to basically your federal building, closest federal building, and apply for U.S. citizenship, U.S. residency. And a lot of them got scared because they thought they'd be deported right away. But these stupid fools didn't pay attention in high school. That if you were brought here illegally by your parents where you had no choice, and now you turned 18, you go straight to the immigration office within 30 days of your 18th birthday and apply for U.S. residency. You'll be granted. Well, these kids hold off and they start panicking. And one thing they're upset about is they don't get any free health care. Yeah, because they don't register, they're not paying taxes, they're illegals. Why should they be benefiting? Why should any illegal entry person benefit from American welfare handouts? Go back to your own country. Our America can't sustain these border crossers much longer. I mean, we are literally, we have nothing left. Okay. Yeah, going back, and then there was a blurb going back to what I was saying about the Big Red Sea. Yeah, we're helping out the blue and yellow country. Well, Macron doesn't want to help us and won't help us because we've depleted our resources. And especially he's saying this in case the Big Red Sea starts nonsense. Macron has already made the decision and has made it public. He will not assist the United States, which is kind of weird because we've bailed their butt out literally ever since, what, 1780s, 90s, back when they're had their first revolution. And yeah, they're in the middle of another one right now. It's, yeah, G7's going on in, oh, yeah, G7. Yeah, they're in, it'll be in Japan later on. And one of the big things is like the G7 is going to promote is everyone keep supplying Ukraine so the Big Red Sea can take over. Yeah, that's what they're going to try to do. And it's pretty sick. One thing that I've noticed and I've read, and it's been in a lot of other things, in order to stop helping out the blue and yellow country, both Poland and Hungary have stopped purchasing agricultural products from the blue and yellow group. It's called, yeah, especially grain imports. They're keeping it, and they are encouraging other countries to stop purchasing from blue and yellow and start purchasing from Poland and Hungary because they've got a good agricultural stock. Oh yeah, and we're still seeing all over the place the nonsense about the AB InBev, and that's the company, that's the corporation. Go on their website. They have a lot of products. So basically, until they apologize, AB InBev, the parent corporation, they need to apologize for promoting this transvestite. So AB InBev, it's a Belgian Brazilian company. They own a lot of adult beverage companies. So we got to stop purchasing all and any of their products. And that includes Corona. Corona is one of the products that they own. So people go to AB InBev, I think it's .com, and stop going to their brands. You have to scroll down to the bottom of the page, go to the brands, and it's about 30 beverages. And take note and stop buying all of those until they publicly apologize. And along with a few other companies, I mean, Nike needs to apologize, and a company that manufactures sanitary supplies for women. So until all three of those corporations apologize to the world, we got to stop buying their products. Boycott, worldwide boycott. Now, something I noticed that's going to be funny is that we all know the coronation is coming up, but that's kind of overshadowing what's going on May 4th in the UK. They're having all their local elections for their MPs. So the last election was held in 2019. Okay. Now, these are the politicians that were running the government since 2019. We all know what was released on our military, worldwide military members who were at a military games in August of 2019 that was being held in Wuhan, China. And the majority of the participants in that athletic competition came back with a flu. And this flu kind of spread all over the place. It was a pandemic. Now, in the UK, all those politicians who were in office came up with all sorts of stupid rules and regulations for the entire UK. That's England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. And we know how bad the UK is in right now, how the economy is, and all sorts of things hitting the fan. Well, all the idiots that put in these stupid rules and regs and forced so many people to get this liquid that caused massive health problems, and so many people have had aggravated medical issues and have passed away because they could not have medical treatment because of these politicians locking everybody up. May 4th is your chance to get rid of them. So May 4th, remember, if your local politician in the UK endorsed the stupid behavior from 2019 onward, vote them out. This is your chance for your voice to be heard. Vote out your local dudes. Get rid of them. Now, okay, something else that's been going on all over America is we keep mass pow-pows all over the place. There's Alabama, I guess, and it's getting to the point where there's one a day someplace, if not two. Time to start looking at what social media, what groups that these people who are going postal, lack of a better word, find out who they follow and what their lifestyle is like, because I think they're modern day Manchurian candidates. Yeah, go back, watch that movie. It actually stars Angela Lansbury. Yeah, it was banned for several years, and it might be a tough find, but watch it. And I think these people who are going around and doing pow-pow in all these places, they are Manchurian candidates. They've been They've been basically programmed to go in and do these things. So check it out really, really well. Now, a couple things I've noticed. There's also been a whole boatload of train derailments, like the one in Maine, chemical spill. There's a major fire at a chemical plant down in South Georgia. Indiana, there's a plastic recycling plant that's still on fire. So a lot of they will continue with all these train derailments and fires just to throw more toxins into our environment. And these are all planned. Now, something that's been on that's gone viral since about 10 o'clock on Saturday night is, yes, there was, what is it they call it? A wildling. It's wilding is how I would pronounce it, but the participants use a different variation of the pronunciation. Basically, the term is, it's a gathering and a flash takeover of an environment. So basically, teenagers and people who are between the ages of 13 to about 22 have been gathering in the Chicago parks, the big parks like Grant Park and Millennium Park, which is basically, it's one giant park. It's off at Michigan Avenue. It's between Michigan Avenue and Lakeshore Drive, and it runs from Randolph Street down to Roosevelt. It's a big monster-ass park. And different sections are called different names, but it's all just Grant Park to me. Well, all these little teenagers and barely legal adults, barely legal to drink adults, have been gathering out past curfew, causing mass mayhem. Now, Lori Lightfoot hasn't said anything, but the new mayor-elect is saying, "Oh, I am not going to condone these kids. They're just out there having fun." Yeah. The mayor-elect, Brandon Johnson, thinks the kids did nothing wrong, where several people were taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital with injuries. Several cars were destroyed. Yeah, Brandon thinks it's fine for the city to be taken over by a bunch of delinquents. I guess when he's in office, it won't be the police sent there. It'll be all social workers. City is under... It's being destroyed. Yeah, but he got rewarded by having the DNC convention. But it's going to be pretty messed up real soon. Now, before I sign off, I just want to give my condolences out to John Lydon. Most people better know him as Johnny Rotten, bandmate of Sid Vicious back in the 70s, Sex Pistols. I will say it, back in the 70s, I had a green mohawk. I was an old little punky chick. So he lost his wife a few days ago, and she had a chronic terminal illness, so I think she is definitely in a happier place, and she's perfectly healthy now on the other side. Remember, people, there is life after you hear what we're going through right now. This is a temporary stopover. When the time is right, we'll pass over into another lifetime. So, don't worry, you'll see your loved ones again. Now, I hope everyone is having a great day. Enjoy the snow. Farmers love this kind of snow. because they'll go out and they'll plow it under in the fields because there's something that adds something good to the soil. So everyone have a great day. Stay out of trouble. And today's Monday the 17th. I'll talk to you on Wednesday the 19th. Have a great one. Bye-bye.